Hi, Scott Orland with Cinema Magazine. I am here with Daniel Radcliffe.
Hello.
Kill Your Darlings. Now, Daniel, in this movie you play Allen Ginsberg, who is a real person. How much access did you have to archival footage to hear what he actually sounded like, walked like? Did you utilize any of that?
You know, I've got as much access as the rest of the world has now, which is YouTube, and there's, I did a fair amount of, looking at, as you say, his walk and his physicality online. It's actually the thing that's interesting about his physicality is that he is sort of, despite not being athletic, he's very in his body. He is very physical. Like, if you look at the very weird, it's worth looking at because it is so mad. The art film they made, the Beats made, Pull My Daisy. Alan's got some really goofy kind of weird physicality in that. And yeah, so I mean, I looked at that. There's not really any recordings of him at that time, so it's hard to know exactly what he sounded like. But I assumed that he hadn't smoked a million cigarettes at that point, so he probably wouldn't have the voice that he ended up having, that everyone's sort of more familiar with from the many readings of Howl that he did.
So were you a big poetry guy before all this?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been into poetry. I've always been, I've always loved it. It's a great art form and really rewarding and fun to read, and I was never a huge Ginsberg fan. I think I've definitely become more of a fan of his stuff since learning about him, because I think learning about him has made a lot of his poetry become a lot more emotionally powerful, I think. I have been into poetry since I was probably about 16, yeah.
Now, when you see the movie Kill Your Darlings, while there are these three friends that kind of interact, there's also a dark tale that unfolds. I'm not going to tell you because you need to see the movie. But what if it is about the power of seduction, about one friend over another, how we can become so influenced by somebody so magnetic?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that aspect of the movie? And Dane seems to be like the perfect person to embody that.
Yeah, I mean, my character Alan goes to Columbia University in the film, and he meets Lucian Carr, and Lucian Carr is this, I think we often fall in love with people who have qualities that we want in ourselves but don't have. And Alan, despite the fact that he's intellectually very competent, isn't particularly extrovert. He's still quite shy and quite awkward and reserved. And Lucian is just this brash, ultra confident. No social situation is too big for Lucian. He will always rise to it, and Alan just loves that about him. So I think. And then, as you say, it's a huge part of the film is about how you have to, sometimes end a toxic relationship, despite how, strong the feelings may be between you and another person, that you have to end it because that's the only way you achieve personal growth. I mean, that's what the film is. That's what the film's about, essentially, in terms of Alan and Lou's relationship.
Well, it's a terrific movie, Daniel. I can't thank you enough for sharing it with us.
No, not at all. Thank you.
And this is Scott Orland. Until next time.